Friends, family, fans, we're live, baby. Episode 123, Farmers Only Winners. As always, not as always, the show's brought to you by Bet105. You know the deal. We'll be going through some matchups later using Bet105, the best matchups in the industry. Minus 110 on both sides. Every single matchup. It lets you place matchups with handicaps to get plus money. They've got the best spread market that you can find for NFL, for MLB, all of that jazz. We'll get to it. Thank you to Bet105 for presenting this show. It's the Farmers Insurance. I've got some TGL in the background. By the way, dropped it in the Discord, my Patreon, the Model Maniac. We have Atlanta Drive. Is it Atlanta Drive GC? Weird ass names. Atlanta Drive GC. Grabbed that at like minus 105 of Bet Rivers earlier this week, and it's now minus 140. So CLV, hashtag, we got all that going. I appreciate every single one of you in the chat. You guys are awesome. First of all, I'm not going to bring it up on the screen, but Joanne sent a message like 50 minutes before the show. Just mentioned that she just wanted to let us know that she fell off. Oh, she's in the chat. Joanne's doing good. Joanne, let's go. Fell off a ladder. Tuning into the stream from hospital. Girl, I hope you get better. I really do. Heal up. Get those hips and vertebrae healed up. You need to. You know, this is what this show's about. We're here to support each other. We're here to make some golf bets and just have a good time. It's not a good time when you fall off a ladder cutting down branches in the tree. So please, guys, wish Joanne well in the comments below, in the live chat. She needs all the love you guys can get. She's a great, great part of this show, as always. Was the winner of our free Discord membership, which, by the way, let's get to that right off the bat. We had someone who commented, who's going to finish dead freaking last, DFL, last week, and it was my main man, Andy Milligan, 3740. So link it to the description for my Discord. Go click that bad boy. We'll get you in there for a month. And those of you that are watching the show in replay, if you comment who's going to finish DFL in the comments below after the show's live, I will find whoever was the closest to the winner, and we will get you a free month Discord in my Patreon, the Model Maniac, where you get all the tools I'm going to be using. You get all of my picks, all of my bets, my research that I do before I go live. All of that jazz is in there. All the tools, showdown, one and done, matchups, placements, everything you could wish for under the goddamn sun is yours in the Model Maniac Patreon /Discord. I appreciate every single one of you. All right, get into the comments here. We got Commentatoring Nerd in the house. We got Sites. We got Joanne again. We've got the Farewell Fiver, which we're going to be getting to. So that's going to be fun. We got Steve G. We got JD. What's going on? We got TJs from the Discord in the house. Let's go, baby. Yes, thank you for the help. Yeah, for the help. There we go, Joanne. I hope you feel a lot better, girl. Woo! Let's go. Fun start to the show. Lots to get to. We got tons of bets, so we got to get going. Yeah. Got the TGL in the background here. I appreciate all of you that are watching along with me over here. So that's great. Put that on silent. Put me on loud or medium. I'll be loud enough on medium. And we've got Cameron Young walking into the house. I've got to have ADD all over the map, but that's okay. So before we do anything, let's take a look at what happened last week. I'm going to put myself in the screen over here, pull up my bet tracker, show y'all what's going on, get this out of the way. We're going to click here, go to Amex, boom chakalaka. This was the damage last week. Let's filter by wins to losses so we can find the wins. We'll start off with the wins. You guys can see the losses. So winners last week, round one matchup, Brian Harmon over Harry Hall. Cash that sucker. Harry Hall over Brian Harmon. Cash that. Justin Lower. Cash the top 40, cash the top 5, cash the each way, essentially. Then we had Sam Burns over Tom Kim. Tom Kim never made the cut. Sam Burns did. We cashed at plus 104 because we got the minus 1.5 handicap, remember, in Bet 105's market. That was nice to see. We had some round two matchups that we went win, win, and push. So we got back on the ball over there with Trey Molinax getting waxed by Carson Young and Tony Finau beating Davis Thompson. So those were our wins. There weren't many, but guess what? if you proportionalize your situation, we had the Amex and we only lost 1.7 units. So we bet 17 and lost 1.73. We down 3.2 on the year. We've got some close calls. We had a few guys that were finishing top 5. Max Griesemann completely shit the bed down the stretch, making a double bogey. That changed our week from being profitable to not profitable. Keith Mitchell finishes one shot better. He finished T21st instead of T20. That's a big swing for us as well. So lots going on. A little recap of last week. As always, in the Discord, you can see everything going on over here. I'm tracking all my bets for you guys. You can see exactly where I've been going with all of these things, and voila. Go over to the Discord. You make yourself a copy. Boom chakalaka, Bob's your uncle. You've got the Maniac model. You've got the placement tool, which we'll be using for the show. We've got the matchup tool, which we'll be using for the show. We've got the one and done tool, which you guys can take a look at with me on the show. We've got course history. We've got round 1 showdown coming up. We've got Billy Hall doing the chicken dance, punching air as he's walking out the tunnel. TGL is up, baby. Let's go. Let's get into it. It's the Farmers Insurance. We're playing over in Torrey Pines. It's a difficult-ass golf course, and we've got some bets for you. Hit that like button. Welcome to the show. I'm just freaking ramped up for this thing. We are actually on Twitter, so I'm feeling a little more juicy than normal as well. So make sure that if you are on Twitter, you get over into the YouTube comments over there, baby. Anthony showing up late. Anthony, this is unacceptable. You're a full 12 minutes late, my brother. It's not good for you. Not a good look. I'm just kidding. Let's get into it. Whew. Calm down, B. So we're going in alphabetical order, and that's how it's going to be going. And I'm going to show you guys some fun stuff, starting with Aaron Rye. Plus 187 over at Bet365 to win 2 units. So what we basically did, we take a look at Aaron Rye. We go into our Maniacs placement tool. Let me get my face out of the mixture. Do I want to be in? We'll see how it goes. If my face is in the way, let me know. I'll get my face out of it. It is what it is for now. So Aaron Rye, we're going to him in the top 20 market. We've got a 2.5 point edge here, 24% edge for Aaron Rye at plus 187. So that's telling us we can bet 2 units to win. So we're going to bet to win the 2 units at plus 187, and off we go. We're going to rock and roll. We're not really betting much more than 1.2-ish, 1.1 units to get to Aaron Rye's 2-unit win for us. He's been phenomenal. So instead of using the model, by the way, this stuff is available to you guys as well over in the Discord. It's called my betting research tool, and it's been a fun little thing to play around with. If you take a look over here, you just click some buttons. Boom chakalaka, Bob's your uncle. And we've got Aaron Rye all of a sudden. So I'm going to get my face out of the screen now because I'm now in the way. So we're going to go to Aaron Rye. If you go into this tool, you can search it just like this. And the next thing you know, let me get that over there. You can see all the markets, all the odds, the implied probability, whether that bet won or lost. And you can filter by implied probabilities. You can filter by the different markets. You can filter by all of his wins or losses in the last little while. You can go to 2025 only. You can go to 2024 as well. I'm going to add some months in here so you can do a bit more of a filtering situation. We've got Euro Tour stuff. It's all amazing going on. So you can filter on all this crap. Look at this. This is badass. This is part of my package in the Patreon. So you can see this. And then if we want to check Aaron Rye's top 20 numbers, we can just hit this little graph over here, and it pulls it up for us, the most recent stuff he's done. So Aaron Rye in 2024, let's go backwards. So the Century, he cashed a top 20 bet over there at plus 130. So he's already cashed his first top 20 this year. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of his last 13. 9 of his last 13 starts have been top 20s. I mean, the guy's just rattling off top 20s like crazy. So he's returned you about, what's this? 200 and something odd dollars, 284 in the top 20 market, betting to win $100 per bet. So Aaron Rye is our guy. We go into him at plus 187 to win 2 units. Boom. And then we're going to scoot over to these different, these are all beta testing things that I'm getting up to here. But this is a surprise, surprise. We got that guy coming up soon. So this is what you call the Corn Ferry Tour, and DP will tour preview stuff. And we're going to check out Aldrich Potgieter, my South African brother. So as you can see, the course length stuff still causing some issues for me, but we know that we've got really good metrics over here for the course difficulty. So the course difficulty, if you take a look here at HAL ratings, that's over par golf for average scores at that golf course. If we click on this, we've got 23 rounds of data, and it's round by round. It's not by event. So it takes, if a golf course played difficult one day and easy the next, that's like a medium golf course that's going to tell you that the event played medium difficulty, but we know that it was easy one day and difficult the next. That's not going to give you the right interpretation of a golfer's metrics. So round by round does a lot better there. So you can see he's just exceptional as the golf tournament goes on. And when it comes to these difficult golf courses, he's gaining 1.2 strokes per round. So it's really on average in the 23 rounds he's done that. He's incredible when it comes to distance. He's hitting 337 yards on average on the Corn Ferry Tour. That's insane. That's like a quarter of a mile. He's number one in distance, as you can see over here. That's between all KFT and DP World Tour guys. Boom, chakalaka. Aldrich Potgieter is going to be on the card. 450 to 1, 5 places each way. That's 112.5 for each way. For a top 5, we're getting 112 to 1. So I love this bet for him. He just played out in South Africa at the Nedbank and crushed it out there. What is that relevant to this for? In December, he went over to South Africa, where he's from, my South African. That's why we got the shirt on. And he almost won the Nedbank. The Nedbank is a very difficult golf course. It's a very long golf course. And the rough is Kikuyu rough. It's Kikuyu grass in South Africa, and there's Kikuyu grass over at Torrey Pines. So you've got all of that kind of coming into one thing, and we got a 450 to 1 ticket on this dude. So we're going to bet him 451, 5 places. We're going to bet him top 10 at 20 to 1, and we're going to bet him top 20 at plus 850. So this is all to win the placements, top 10, top 20 to win 1 unit, and the outright is to win 7. And then the each way gets you like 1.7 return. So you're basically just betting that. The total amount of units you got to bet for all of those to return what we wanted is 0.2 units. So it's a massive risk. Is not massive, in fact. It's a massive return for a minimal risk. So we're going with Potgieter. Everyone's going to be calling him Potgieter. It's Potgieter. Gieter. In South Africa, you got to go with a everything is we've got like bad throat allergies down in South Africa. Aldrich Potgieter is the guy that we're going to be going with in a big way this week. We are laddering the shit out of him. Win each way, top 10, top 20. Boom, chakalaka. 450 to 1, 20 to 1, and plus 850 for a top 20. Woo! Let's go. I'm excited for him. He hits it so far. He hits it so damn far. So we're going to see what he can get up to. We got the chat popping off here again. Anthony's apologizing for being late. It's all good. Sipping a little body armor. This is one of my favorite flavors, the tropical punch one. It's got some pineapple, some coconut, all of that jazz. It's some good stuff. Mrs. Maniac is also breastfeeding, so it really helps generate milk, apparently. So that's good over there. No milk, no beer, no teas for me. Amy in the house. What's up, Amy? She was the winner of the Fantasy Golf Degenerates Discord for the free month. So we got Joanne and Amy all in the Discord yet. Don't worry, Joanne. We will get you in the Discord and we'll start your month when you're in there. Don't you stress. All right. Next up, we're going to go Jason Day. 28 to 1 over at FanDuel. Let's get him in the model over here and take a look at what J Day's been up to. Jason Day showing up 11th in the model, not the greatest, but if we take a scoot over to the course history here, Mr. Cut last year, he also has been playing some amazing golf. So this is all part of the model. You can see exactly these round by round scores. You can see par 5 scoring, bogey avoidance, all the different DFS stuff, all that jazz. If we take a look at Jason Day, look at his bogey avoidance. He's just a complete savage when it comes to avoiding bogeys. That's exactly what you want at this golf course. And even when it comes to avoiding bogeys, He made a ton of birdies at the Amex. He finished 3rd last week. He loves the West Coast. We know how good of a golfer he is at Torrey. We've got a 5th, a 16th, a 3rd, and a 7th in his last 6 starts at Torrey. So that's just looking mighty fine. So we're going to be betting Jason Day, 28-1. We got some good course history. We got some peaking form over here. It's the best finish he's had in the last 10 rounds, 10 events, sorry. So you've got a lot to like from Jay Day, and we're getting a 28-1 on him over there. So a lot to like. Looks like Atlanta is going to go up on New York. Goddamn, that New York team sucks ass. Whoa, they bad. It's just like the goddamn Jets. Anyway, not to spoil the TGL, but yeah, we are. We're watching live. We got the ADD. We got the Triple B. We've got it all. Jason Day as well. Couldn't get the each way on him, so we generated our own with a top 5 bet at plus 500 to win 2 units. So that's what we're going to be doing with Jason Day, winning our 2 units there. If he doesn't win this thing, still does well, we can cash in on that. He would have done that 2 of the last 6 times he's played here, finishing 5th in 2019, 3rd in 2022, and then 7th in 2023. So that wasn't too bad either. I'll also be doing, fun alert, Jason Day in my one and done. We'll pull up the one and done tool over here, show you guys how I've been using this. We currently got some CJ Cup rankings over there. Let's get to the Farmers Insurance ranking. And in fact, we don't even have to do that yet because we've got a weekly adjusted one and done ranking. If the guy's not in the field, it won't pull him up. So we're going to do this. This is how I'm going. I've gone with Keegan, Kevin Yu, and this week I'm going with Jay Day. If you take a look at what's up here, Jason Day's the 5th best option. Luke Clanton obviously got some sample size issues because he doesn't have any previous course histories. But this week, it tends to like him. You know, obviously, that's how it works. But Jason Day, the 5th best option. He's 16th when it comes to ranking his best scores at this course. So what this tool does, it says the average rank versus golfers at the event. So basically, it's ranking this golfer versus the course history of everyone else at that event. Then it's also going, how does that event rank versus that specific golfer's remaining schedule? So it's going across this way. As you won't be seeing any of the same numbers. You feel me? Because it's usually going to be doing some jippy jamping over here. So Jason Day, it grades out as his 6th as a top 20 ranking. You're basically looking for guys that have these yellow boxes, and that's what's going to be what you're looking for. If we scroll over to the right here, you can see he has the weighted strokes gained at each event, and then he has how does the golfer rank at this event versus other golfers at this event. There we go. There's their overall ranking versus their peers. How does this golfer rank at this event on his own course history? Boom. And then this is the same thing that's all the way to the right-hand side that I also copied to the left. So that's basically the gist of this tool. It's available to you guys. You can use it. You can keep track of your schedule. You can go ahead and plan it out. You can map it out because if you type in Jason Day for the Pebble Beach, it's going to tell you you've used him already because I'm cool like that and I love to make some fun stuff. So you can basically use this to map out your one and dones. It's available in my Patreon. Hit the link in the description below. Hang out with all of us in there. It's been a fun time. So one and done pick is Jason Day, 28-1. I think Will Zalatoris is going to be a very popular play this week. If I were to use Will Zalatoris, probably at the Masters when everyone's going Scotty. I think Willie Z can rival him. You know, we'll have to take a look, but we're going to play it quite aggressively this year. And Willie Z getting to a 14 there for the Masters is not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Back to the comments. We got Anthony saying, Mola. Yes. Let's get back to the regular paid program. Let's get back to the regular paid. So we've gone Aaron Wright, top 20. Potgieter ladder. Jason Day, winner. Next up, Jesper Svensson, the Swede, the big hitting Swede. If we pull him up over here, we can take a look at his situations. Pull him up. There he is. Obviously got no course history. Played at the Amex, played at the Sony. Finished 10th at the Sony, missed the cut at the freaking Amex. He missed the cut. Rough stuff. We bet him live last week, 60-1. Going into the final round, shit the bet. It is what it is. Now, if you take a look at this dude, let's go over here to the player profile and pull up Svensson, Jesper. because this has got Corn Ferry Tour guys, and it's got all of what you could wish for from their metrics. So let's get Hell out of here. And he plays quite nicely on the hard courses too. Gains about a stroke per round. He's terrible in round 4, apparently. Is not nearly as good of a round 4 situation. So this is why we're going with him at 150 to 1 with the 5 places each way. I was kind of getting confused between Nicholas Norgard and him, but he tends to play better when he's not quite in the lead. Also, check this distance. If you take a look at his distance ranking, it's 7th out of Corn Ferry Tour guys and DP World Tour guys. So he's got tons and tons of distance. What does he get up to on the par 5s? He's around 4.5 strokes on a par 5 on average, which is going to be important this week. The par 5 ranking is 12th out of all the DP Corn Ferry Tour guys. So you can see all of this stuff. He's got a few shot link rounds. He's got about 10 of them, and he's gained about 0.4 off the tee in those situations. So there's a lot to like from old Jesper Svensson. We're going to go to him, and he's not a bad round 2 showdown play, as you can see in the model over here. So 150 to 1. This guy's got talent. It's not Britain's got talent. It's Sweden's got talent. And this is where we're going to be going with Jesper. At 150 to 1, 5 places each way. Boom chakalaka, Bob's your uncle. We like that. Whew. I'm rattling things off. I'm absolutely rattling things off. Relax. Billy Horschel making a putt, not making a putt. Looks like they're going to lose this one. So they're going to go back to all square. Next guy on the board. Let's go to old, not Sleepy Joe. Let's go to Mr. Joseph Bramlett. The omelet making Bramletting Sebastian. Whatever that means, doesn't matter. We're going to go Joseph Bramlett to win 1 unit, top 40, plus 187. If you take a look at this course history, folks, for someone that's $6,900, for someone that's very affordably priced in the betting market, this is what you get. This is what you get from him. His best finish at Torrey is 13th. His worst finish is a made cut, 67th, back in 2022. In 2020, he finished 45th. In 21, a top 20. In 2023, a top 20. In 2024, he finished 25th. We bet him, I think, last year at like plus 600, plus 800 for a top 20, and he finished 25th. Womp, womp. So this year, we're going to switch it around a little bit, take the plus money, plus 187, plus 190, ties paid in full over at Bet365 and BetMGM. FanDuel and DraftKings do not provide you with ties paid in full on the top 40 side, but they do have top 20s, top 10s, top 5s paid in full. You have to get the top betting markets paid in full because that's how you make money long term. You don't want your shit getting dead heated. So Joseph Bramlett, incredible course history here. Incredible course history. And he's got some decent form entering the week. Hasn't been playing terrible. You know, like these are all venues that he's typically not going to find himself playing the greatest golf at. He knows he loves this golf course. So just having some reasonable form entering the week is not a bad option here for Bramlett. So Joseph Bramlett, 6,900, definitely a DFS. We're going to highlight this guy pink because we are betting him and we're going to be playing him in DFS for sure. So that's what's going on with Bramlett. Let's get our next guy in here. It's Luke Clanton. If we go to the Maniacs placement tool, he's going to be showing up at the top of the board. We're going to go safety, and we're going to knock this out here. Luke Clanton is the 3rd ranked golfer for me in my model for upside. He's just been crazy in the top 10 market. It's a small sample size. I'm being ultra aggressive. I could probably bump him down a touch. But he's finished top 10 in 50% of his starts. 4 of his last 8 starts have been top 10s on the PGA Tour. So top 10 is plus 400, and it gives us a 35% edge. We're going to knock him out there with the plus 400. Should be betting it to win 3 units. We're just going to take it easy just to win 1. I see Billy Horschel's on the mic talking to his doppelganger there with the fancy hair. Let's get back to our show here. So the implied probability of a plus 400 bet says it happens 20% of the time. Clanton's been doing it 50% of the time. You feel me? So it's a very simple situation. He's got tons of distance off the tee. We like what's going on there. He's an ultra-talented golfer. We don't know exactly what's going on with his game yet. We don't know how good he is. I'm excited to see him do golf on a big event like this, like a big open course, because he really hasn't had the opportunity to just unleash the beast. So we'll see what he can do this time round at plus 400 for a top 10. That is Luke Clanton. Next up, Matthew Wallace and Gromit. Hopefully we don't vomit on the Gromit here, but we got Matthew Wallace going on. A top 20 at a 12% edge at plus 275. If you take a look, there's a plus 300 out there apparently. So we can jump on that one. A plus 300 changes that bet to a 25% implied probability. We've seen Matthew Wallace on the PGA Tour, on the DP World Tour, finish inside the top 20 at a 36% club. So that's good to see. We've got him ranked 8th for safety, which is great. That's what we use to grade our top 20s, top 40s. And he's doing a fantastic job doing that for us. So Matthew Wallace, plus 300, top 20. Is that, it's not Kyrie, it's the guy from the Cleveland Cavaliers that forgot to shoot during the playoffs the one time. The guy that's always like stoned. What's that guy's name? He's the golfer. He went to college on a golf scholarship, I think. What the hell's that guy's name? Hit me up in the comments. Who is that dude that I just saw on TGL? Yes, Jack says he's heavy on the Clanton play. I love it. Is that Jeff Feinberg? I need to screenshot this. This is hilarious. All right, taking a quick break. I need to make a quick screenshot here. J.R. Smith, that's it. There we go. All right, boom. So it's J.R. Smith. Thank you so much, folks. I appreciate you guys are listening. So Jesper, I'm guessing will be, yes, exactly. Round 1 showdown for sure. So we're going to go Matthew Wallace top 20. We're going to knock him out there, and then we're going to go along and find our next bet. We are one bet away from doing the giveaway. I've got this show perfectly produced right now. So we are rocking, we are rolling. It's going to happen right at the half an hour mark, just like the good Lord intended. Next up, Maverick McNealy for a top 20 bet. If you take a look at this dude, he's just been scintillating, and we're not even going to do it on the model. We're going to go over to the research betting tool over here that you can find yourself using in the Discord for a low price of whatever you want to go pay down in the Discord below. Alrighty, it's $25 a month, by the way. For all of this shit that you're seeing on the screen, it's going to be going up once I can do a yearly membership. So get in now. We are speaking about Maverick McNealy. Let's pull him up, see what he's been up to in the last year. Oh, what do you know? He's returned you $400 in the top 20 market over the last year and a bit. So you click on the top 20 graph. It filters all the top 20 stuff for you, the most recent things that he's got up to. And take a look at this green slew of information over here. Since the Shriners, we've got 5 top 20s that he's rattled off in his last 7 starts. Maverick McNealy. And we have been getting odds of plus 125, plus 105, plus 150, minus 125, 130, 110. Solid, all worse than what we're playing right now. And now we're going out to West Coast. And the fun thing is with this, you can go over here and you type in Farmers Insurance Open. You can click this button over here and get out of all of the years so that you can see exactly what he's been up to at the Farmers. Not the greatest, let's be honest here. It's been a bit of a rough stretch. The last time he finished top 20 at the Farmers was plus 800 odds in 2020. Back when Mav was still a little one, learning how to fly the plane. But now we know he's a good golfer. I think he's a totally different dude. I think his game is perfectly designed for this golf course now. I think he's going to be just fine. Let's go take a look over here and see. We can go to the actual, we can hit reset filters, get everyone out of here, and then we're going to go McNealy, Maverick. So I'm still tidying these things up, but as you can see here, we got some fun stuff going on. This is like my baby. I've been working my ass off to try and get you. So here's Maverick McNealy's stuff. Not like he's, so the thing is, it's not like he's played terribly here. He's missed the cut only once in 6 starts, but it's been a 37, a 31st, a 30th, a 29th, and a 15th. So maybe we should have bet the top 40 on this guy, but I think he's a different golfer now. He found himself very comfortable in the top 20, as we saw earlier. So I'm not too concerned. The scoring at this golf course has been really impressive for Mav. So I'm kind of excited for him. I really am. So we're going to go with him here, plus 150 for a top 20 for Maverick McNealy, who's been really consistent at this golf course. I think he's going to be playing a little bit better than his recent finish. We could see him improve on that top 15 that he had back in 2020. So this is what you get. This tool is going to be developed and improved every single day, every single week as I get a bit more time and got the dad hat on here. Piper's now 7 weeks old tomorrow. So I've been busy, but I'm grinding away, getting this stuff ready for you guys. You can see what's cooking. So we're not too concerned about Maverick's poor performance at this golf course. The top 20 market's not necessarily doing us much justice. We'd see a massive uptick on the top 40, which I don't have. I can maybe work on that, but I don't have that information, so I won't be working on that. Okay, so next up, who has lost the most money? Giveaway time. In the comments, live right now for a free month in my Discord for the next month. Hit me up in the chat. Which golfer has lost the most money in the top 5 market in this field over the last little while, the last year, and some change to start the beginning of 2025. So over the last year, which golfer has lost us the most money in the top 5 market, betting to win $100 every tournament? Kind of like we've been going through here the last little while. We're going to find the guy which is going to be showing up here. It's for non-Discord members only, so if you're in the Discord, doesn't count. I'm still figuring out how to reward you guys because I can't be letting you use this tool's available to you. You can use it to cheat. So we've got Jason Day from Anthony. We've got Max Homer from Brad. We've got Tony Finau from On the Pulse. We've got Joanne saying Hideki Matsuyama in the top 5 markets let us down. We'll see if a few more come in. Need to take a sip of tropical punch. All right. Looks like they have odds for the longest drive on hole 4. That's quite interesting. Good to see that. Jack says, in the Discords, I'm not even going to give a stupid guess. Good. Jack, I love this freaking profile picture of yours. I love it. With Jeff in there, that's so freaking funny. All right, I'm not going to postpone this much longer. Brad, congratulations. Hit the link in the description below. Let's see who the heck is the guy. And I can tell you now, it's not very good. It's not very good for Max Homer over the last little while. This is the tool. We hit the Z button. That's the most. We don't want the most. We want the least. We want A. Boom. Max Homer. He's lost you so much money in the betting market the last little while. So it's not very good. By the way, Chris, Tiger's not playing this week, my brother. He's not playing this week. So Max Homer has been negative, and I mean, look at this top 20 market. They are just trying to treat him like he is the guy, and he's just not doing it right now. So Max Homer has lost you a shit ton of money in that department. Justin Thomas is in the hazard. He's on the line. Does that count? He's on the line in. He's on the line out. Who the heck knows? Love these up close camera angles as well on TGL. Let me know what your thoughts are on TGL as well. It's quite an interesting concept that I kind of have enjoyed. I'm quite sad that my show overlaps with it because I really enjoyed hanging out with Twitter. Twitter fires up on Tuesday nights when we watch this stuff. So back to our regular paid programming. What you guys came here for, not for TGL, for back 9 bets. Hit that like button. I appreciate every goddamn one of you. Every goddamn one of you. Nicholas Norgard, Muller. Depends whatever site you're using. There's some Muller, some of them don't use Muller. But Nicholas Norgard are the first 2 names that usually show up. He's 40-1 to finish first round leader on, I believe, the South course. They've split them up into 2 different courses, and he's 40-1 over at Bet Rivers for a top 5 places each way as well. Want that in a big time way because if we take a look at round 1 scoring, over here, he's 4th in the field. So we love to see old Nicholas Norgard doing his thing, shaking that ass, see-woo. And he's a great round 1 and round 2 option here because he's 4th in the field in round 1 strokes gained and 7th in the field in round 2 strokes gained. Now, the problem is over the weekend, it gets a little shaky for him. So I was really, really liking his profile for this golf course because he seems like a dude that I would absolutely want to go to. And I'll tell you why now. Take a look at this. He's solid on the hard courses, but if you take a look at his distance, he's ranks third in the field in driving distance. So in the DP World Tour Corn Ferry Tour rankings that I did, this is the Corn Ferry Tour DP World Tour player profile page. Remember I did the Corn Ferry 40? This is that, just in a tool that you can find right away like this. And I'm still tidying it up. Hopefully I can hit some easy buttons here and changes all of this stuff as you go along. I need to figure out what's going on with the course length stuff, but that's okay. You can see what he gets up to when he's in round one. You can see what he gets up to within 3 strokes of the lead, and you can see what he gets up to when he's 4 back. Any round. Obviously, you can't be more than 4 back starting round 1, so that's round 1 for you. And look at round 1. By God. 2 strokes gained in round 1 does this dude. So we're going to the South Course. It's a beast of a venue. You need distance. He's got that. And he is incredible in round 1. Look at this. It's good to see these kind of metrics over here. Nicholas, it's just easily his best metric. Round 1. So we're going to go to him at 40-1, play him in round 1. You can't play him in round 1 showdown because that's the South Course. I wouldn't be playing anyone playing the South Course in showdown. It just doesn't make any sense. Speaking of, let's go ahead and take a complete tangent over here. I popped this in the Discord, so obviously you guys get all of this cool stuff because you are great supporters of the show. But you can see what we were kind of discussing was this box down here. Do you want to be sending guys? So obviously the averages are, you can just tell, you know, you don't want to be doing North Course at all. Sorry, the South Course has got a lot more red. A lot more red. You know, the average 3-hole stretch is 0.15 over par. If we take a look at the average 3-hole stretch on this North Course, it's 0.3 under par. So like literally half a stroke per hole at, you know, if you combining the 3 holes in a row. And what we did that for was we have got a situation here for hole number 9 and 10. Do we go off? Do we want guys going off 1 or do we want guys going off hole 10? Because what you see here is by the time you get to hole 11, the combined 3-hole average is 1.1 strokes under par for the 3 holes leading up to number 11. So 9, 10, and 11. You tee off on hole 10. If you tee off on hole 10, you can't get that 9th hole to kind of start your streak. And you want free streaks if you can get it. Now, if you go off on number 10, you get 17, 18, and 1, but it's not quite the minus 1.1. It's minus 0.4. So you still get a chance at a streak there. That's the easiest stretch of golf that you can find, given the different pairings. Obviously, everyone's going to get 4, 5, 6, and 7 in a row. Sorry, 5, 6, and 7, because that's not in the middle of the golf course, the scorecard. Everyone's going to play those holes in that order all the time. So definitely want to try and encourage people to take dudes that are teeing off on hole 1 because they get this nice little stretch here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's exactly what you're looking for in Showdown to get that free bonus streak over there. So just completely random stuff just to show you that over there. Back to what we were chatting about. Nicholas Norgard, first round leader. I think there's 30s out there as well at other books. Go grab it. It's all good in the hood. All right, back to the comments. Let's see what's going on over here. Checking in. Good greens, mate. Yes, what's up, Kevin, my brother? Phil saying we are Byron. Have another drink there, Phil. Hopefully you're not. Okay, good. Good to see you not having a stroke. Good. Got all of that lineup going off of 1 on the North Course. Boom chakalaka. That's exactly what you're looking for in Showdown if you do that kind of thing. All righty. Back to this week's bets. Let's take a look at Sahith Theegala. Come on down, Sahith Theegala. All right. Looks like they're interviewing Lucas Glover over here. He looks real clean shaven and crispy cut. What a handsome-looking old blue-collar beast he is. All right, so Sahith Theegala at this golf course. Let's take a look at his situation here. Recent form's kind of splotchy, sketchy. It is what it is, but it's okay. We're going to knock him out over here in the course history side of things. We have got a best finish of 4th back in 2023, a 25th place finish in 2022, and he kind of struggled last year a little bit, lost his mojo over the weekend. But if you can kind of take a look at our guy, Sahith Theegala, he is the stereotypical dude of showing up randomly. I went and took a look at his wins and top 5 finishes in the past. It is really interesting to see that anytime he finished top 5, it was like his previous best finish the week before, the tournament before, was like outside the top 30 for most of them. So it's not like he had to play exceptionally well to just show up. He's just one of these scrappy dudes. He's so volatile that out of nowhere he'll show up. So he doesn't grade out the best when it comes to strokes gained, because, you know, his strokes gained numbers are like really bad some weeks and really good some other weeks, which is perfect for betting top 5s. It's perfect for betting top 10s. Look at this situation here with the top 10, top 20 situation. Sahith finishes inside the top 10, 1 in every 3 starts. He finishes inside the top 20, 1 in every 4. Finishes inside the top 10, 3 of every 10 starts. 1 in every 3, basically. And then he finishes inside the top 20, 4 in every 10 starts. So there's not that graduation that we're looking for, doubling the finish rate from top 5 to top 10, which we don't do here either. You know, he just kind of finds himself in the no man's land. So top 10 bet on Sahith is probably the way to go if you're not betting him to win this thing. We've got the 5 places each way. If we take a look at Sahith Theegala's situation on the betting chart over here, we can pull him up and see exactly how this looks. You see what I'm talking about, yeah. So this is going to be his top 20 metrics. He's lost you $439 in that market. But if you go to the top 10, he's got you $270 returned. So he's like this weird volatile dude that just completely takes care of business every now and then. Like if we just click on his top 10 here and see what the most recent situation looks like. It's super splotchy, but his odds are never quite more than you know, the Pro Core Championship as a defending champion was plus 125 for a top 10. So he's easily always favored nicely here in the odds market for top 10s. And he chips in every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Not figuratively and metaphorically, he chips in. So this guy is sneaky. If you take a look at his top 20 situation, yeah, it's like a lot more money you're laying down for a lot of volatility. So you want to kind of lean into that top 10 market instead. I've been hiding this from you guys the whole time. There's the top 10 market over there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of tool. You know, it's available in my Patreon. I've mentioned that a few times already. Going on my own, kind of just trying to make it in the big wide world of golf betting content. So I appreciate all of your guys' support. If you want a little discount code, let me know. Shoot me a message. I'll hook you up. Back to more golf bets. We've got a lot to chat about, and we are not even close to being done. Shane freaking Lowry. Let's edit this to make it look tidy. And go back to Shane Lowry over here. So Shane Lowry, let's just, while we're on this page, click his metrics and show you what's up. So Shane overall since 2019 has probably lost you in the top 10 market, lost you like $2,000. But that's okay because we're not betting him top 10 and we're not betting him for his lifetime stuff. Just last year, he was phenomenal in the top 20 market. Look at this top 20 situation. So this includes DP World Tour stuff. If we click on PGA, what does it do? It turns him into a top 10 more profitable situation, but not nearly as much. But he hasn't played as recently on the PGA Tour. We've got a ton of Euro starts over here. You can see all of these Euro starts in the last year. He's basically top 20 in 6 of his 7 starts on the DP World Tour. So that's good to see. We'll be betting Shane Lowry top 20 every time he goes across the pond. But going back to this week, look at this form right now. So, I mean, obviously the top odds in these other markets are like really short, but he's a top tier guy in that field. Now he comes over to the USA, and Shane Lowry is getting us plus 175 for a top 20. I mean, we haven't seen a top plus 175 from this dude in forever. Basically, the US Open for a top 20 was plus 225. Now we're getting plus 175 here without Scotty, without Xander, without the best in the world, or a large majority of them. What are we freaking doing? So we'll go to the placement tool. I'll show you why this number's popping up so hard over here. There it is. So is this zoomed in enough for you guys? I hope so. But yeah, Shane Lowry's metrics. For the safety ranking, he finishes inside the top 20 so often. So he finished inside the top 20 literally 2 in every 3 starts, 67% of the time. A plus 175 bet. Look at this. This isn't even correct. Plus 175 bet implies it happens 36% of the time. We just said it happens 67% of the time. So that's like 30% more. So the edge is a 34% edge. So we're going to hammer this thing and try and win 3 freaking units, baby. Let's go. It is the biggest edge we have in our placement tool, outside of Luke Clanton, who's got a small sample size. So like Shane Lowry, we are rocking and rolling over here. I mean, look at this. You can see the edge, like we just showed you, the charts, the percentages, they all kind of correlate, right? Like look at Shane Lowry's charts over here. Top 20, everything else is shit. This is how you bet these guys. This is how you find value, because I need to look and research if they start with the win market and proactively prorate the top 5, top 10, top 20 market off of the win, because some guys don't ever contend to win. Like Shane. Whenever he's in the mix, it sucks up. But some guys, if they put odds out to win the tournament that started with Shane Lowry's top 20 odds, what they should be, Shane would be like 15-1 to win this thing this week, because he's so good on the top 20 market. But we get the win odds, which, you know what I'm saying? Like they're all in the 70s and 55s. This week, I don't even know what he is to win, because I didn't even look, because I'm not going to ever bet the guy to win, but we're going to bet the crap out of his top 20 market to win 3 units. This is the most we're going to win on a placement bet on the show in a while. I haven't bet to win 3 units in a long freaking time. I think the last time I knocked something like that out the park was a Paul Casey top 20, I think, at the Players a while ago when he was still on the PGA Tour. That's like how long ago it was. So we are going to Shane here in a big way. He finished, I think, 25th at the Farmers last time he played here. Let's go take a look at his Farmers track record. Had that albatross. I think he had an albatross in the final hole. So like he's got some good vibes here from that period. Looks like Atlanta's up to 25th place finish in 2024. So we know what Shane's been up to. He's been driving the absolute piss out of the golf ball when it comes to accuracy. It's been really impressive to see what he's been up to. The putting is mediocre in this field, so that's been coming around a little bit. If you take a look at his strokes gain total, he's the 6th best option in the field, and we're getting plus 175 for a top 20, and we know how that's going to work out for him. So we like Shane a lot. The driving accuracy is obviously his main strength, and he's very, very accurate. He's very accurate if you really take a look at his driving accuracy percentages, and he hits a ton of good shots from 200 plus, which is exactly, obviously, the albatross. You don't have an albatross without hitting a good shot from 200 plus. So he's very, very solid there, and great in strokes gain metrics out of the rough as well, top 30 in that department. So a lot to like with Shane's ball striking, with his around the green ability. I mean, I guess 54th in the field recently, not the greatest, but this is a situation where I've weighted the strokes gain metrics for the last 12 months, 8 months, 4 months, and 2 months. So obviously there's some missing strokes gain stuff for Shane for quite some time. He hasn't played on the PGA Tour forever. So a lot to talk about Shane Lowry for a top 20. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead here and jump to our Bet 105 bet of the week. There's not too many that I saw out there. The lines are actually rather accurate. Where is... Let's go, let's just jump right back in. I jumped in earlier, placed this bet already, so we should find it in our pending slips. But at Bet 105, I had this pulled up for us in the matchup placement tool, the Maniacs matchup tool over here. But before I do that, I just want to show you what's going on at these other books and why you want to go Bet 105. Hit the link in the description below to, get yourself into Bet 105, courtesy of me. And we have the exact same bet. So this is DraftKings, and this is Bet 105. So as you can see here, excuse me, our total value is -20, which is -10 on both sides. That makes a big difference. If you take a look at our total value for this DraftKings bet, it's -105, -120, and it's -25 points of value. So there's 5 points missing just for free if you go to Bet 105. So if you lose 20 bets betting the exact same odds at DraftKings versus Bet 105, betting at Bet 105 over a 20-bet period, you get a free bet, essentially, just by choosing the best market. So you're saving incremental amounts, and matchup markets are where you grind these profits out. So you want to be going to the book that has the best odds, and they have them. Obviously, the actual odds for Max Griesemann are lower at DraftKings because of the actual price, but the VIG is nuts. So overall, if you're not finding the best price and you're just using one book like DraftKings, they're going to juice you out compared to Bet 105. So thought I would just mention that over there. Let's get back to Bet 105 over here and go to the golf page. And we're going to click into some matchups over here. So when we do this, I'm going to take a look at my pending bets, actually, and show you guys a sneaky little situation. And it's Shane Lowry. So we're going to click over Shane Lowry's situation over here. It is not over Maverick McNealy. What did I have the actual bet at? At a green one here somewhere. Over Kurt Kitayama, plus 120. So this is the best part about these. Here it is, yeah. Okay. So Shane Lowry over Kurt Kitayama. If you want to just take it straight up, you can lay -115 for a straight up matchup bet for Shane versus Kurt. And you'd have to bet yourself for 34.50 to win my 30 back. But what's really cool about Bet 105 that I really enjoy is you can take a 1.5 stroke handicap off of Shane Lowry's situation at plus 120, essentially. So -105, you click that button right here, and now you can just bet $30 to win your 35.70 at plus 120 because you're giving Kurt Kitayama 2 strokes. Shane has to beat him by 2 strokes, but also you're laying a significantly less amount of juice on this matchup, which we have a significant edge on. We've got a 122-point edge for Shane at plus 120. If we just do it to -115, it's still a decent-sized edge, 87. So I'm a fan. Let's rock and roll. I don't know how I feel about... So we've got a lot invested in Shane. We've got that 3-unit top 20, and we've got this matchup against Kurt Kitayama. I was looking, and I've typed in... Now look at how often we have to scroll here to kind of see everything. But they've matched up guys pretty well this week. You can see the values, like the closest we got was Tony Finau over Max Griesemann, which I don't want to bet that bet. You know, Griesemann's been playing great golf lately. The next best was Matt Wallace over Nicholas Norgard, which isn't the worst bet. You know, I know we saw Norgard kind of falls away, but at the same time, this is a golf course that's perfect for him. But also we want to kind of be betting values that are in the hundreds, in the 90s, close to 90 as possible. So we've got an 87 here for Lowry, and I'm a fan of that. Lee Hodges versus Jackson Koiven is available to you. Massive edge. But Jackson Coyvin's played like one tournament on the PGA Tour. So I'm not going to pretend like I know how good he is. We're just going to, we bet very passively when it comes to matchups. So that's how we go about it here. If you take a look at this situation, Hideki versus Sungjae, we've got like negative 35 points on this bet. He's minus 150 over Sungjae Im. I think I had it over here for him. Look at this. It's minus, I think it's close to the top here. Yeah, minus 132 plus 110. That's huge. Instead of laying $132 at Bet 105, you got to lay $150 for the same bet at DraftKings. So you got to use this for the matchups. I'm working with them to get some placements out here that have ties paid in full so that you guys can get your ties paid in full as well. So figured I would share my matchup this week. Shane Lowry over Kurt Kitayama with a 2-stroke handicap. We need to beat his ass by 2 strokes in order to cash these tickets, baby. Moving along back to the model, back to the chat. Let's see what's going on over here. All right. Yeah. What's up, Darbo? Yes. What's cooking, my brother? Fat Shane? Yes, Brad. I still can't get over this freaking profile picture, dude. It's so funny. Shank or Lanto, if you had to choose between the two. I will try to remember that, and we'll get to it here at the end of the show. Joanne saying hi to Eric. Joanne saying TGL sucks. Joanne, you're lucky your back's broken, because I'd argue against you, in all honesty. It's been a really fun time watching. It's good for the sport. It is what it is. I'm joking. Also, I hope you feeling better, my lady friend. All right. Oh, it's your Discord pick as well. All right. I need to go find this, because how come I haven't seen it yet? Thinking about locking in Lowry and DFS. Feel like I'm with you. You see, the thing with Shane is like we're lacking that upside. Like I love him for a top 20 bet, but he's just not giving you enough love for upside. Look at this. 67% of the time he's inside the top 20, but he's only inside the top 10 like 22% of the time. Top 5, 11% of the time. So like, where's the love from the Lowry? You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Like, where does he grade in this field for top 5 rates? We can do this. We can filter. I know people are hating me in the Discord because this is the actual OG file. Top 5 rates. Look at all these people with better top 5 rates than Lowry. Here he is all the way down here, like a million miles away. What is this? 26th in top 5 rates. We've got Akshay with more. He's not even in the field, so we'll have to get him out of here. Jaeger, Sungjae. Sungjae doesn't even have the greatest, and he's ahead of Shane. Tony Finau, Hideki, all that jazz. So you know what I'm saying. Can't quite get to Shane Lowry right now in that DFS world. Love him in the top 20 safe bets. That's where we're looking to go. Moving along. Next bet is Steven Jaeger. Situation's very simple. There's no real mathematical, statistical analysis here. It's just the fact that he's played amazing golf. We've got the Phoebe cam showing hot and heavy. Let's get it going. There she is. Look at her. She's so goddamn beautiful. Hey, Phoebe girl. Yes. All right. Let's get back to business. So we're going to pull up Steven Jaeger. He's got some great history here recently. He's got some great form. It was an overall popular play in the Discord that everyone kind of followed along with there. I wasn't even the first to mention it. It's a great idea to go along with him this week. He's finding himself some decent form lately. So his best finish at Torrey obviously was last year when he finished here 3rd and has made significant strides in the ball speed department, hitting his driver a million miles now. So he's going to be even more powerful at this golf course, and I'm looking forward to that. Then he finished 3rd at the Sony, finished 2nd at the Black Desert Championship, Black Desert, whatever. So he's been playing some solid golf. Now, can he figure out how to get through round 1? Who the heck knows? If he gets through round 1, it seems like round 2 and round 3 are better situations for him. His upside ranking, 23, safety ranking, 38. So he's definitely a guy that pops and knots. So he pops it, locks it, all that stuff. Wow, Patrick Cantley getting a shot off with like 8 seconds left on the shot clock is something I did not expect to see tonight. But it is in the bunker. Complete yank into the long grass. Ugh, yuck. So yes, Steven Jaeger, 60-1, and then we're going to be betting him. Couldn't find the each way, so we're going to bet him top 5 at plus 1,000 as well. to get ourselves our 2 units over there. Basically, if a guy finishes top 5, we are a wash, depending on how many guys we have. If we're betting favorites and one person finishes inside the top 5 and we only got 1 or 2 bets, that's a huge, it gets us our unit back. We win money. But when you're betting lots of different guys, you need like 2 to profit big time, but you need just 1 to break even for the week. So we've hit a top 5 in all 3 of our starts so far with our winners. So it's been good, in that market. It's been helping us stay afloat because bankroll management is something I preach over here. So you got to make sure you're doing that. As you can see, the reason why Jaeger's safety ranking, look at the top 20 rates, look at the top 20 market, not the best. It's very close together. It's almost a simultaneous event. When he's finishing top 20, he's also finishing top 5. Finishes top 20 about 21% of the time, and he finishes top 5 16% of the time. So if you're betting Jaeger in the placement market, either bet his ass top 40, which he does 60% of the time, or bet his ass top 5. That's where you want to be going. Nowhere in between, you're not necessarily going to be making that much cashola. The top 5 markets where you want to be going. Boom chakalaka. Next up, let's do this. Pull up our betting profile piece over here and type in Taylor freaking Pendrith. Boom, over there. Let's get his thing up here. Let's click some more buttons. Have a fun time. If we take a look at Taylor Pendrith's situation at the insurance over the last little while, we've got top 20s, we've got things freaking out, and here we are. So it's been rather impressive the last year. In 2024, he finished top 20 and top 10. Cashed both those bets at plus 350, plus 700. You can see this for yourself over here. Let's remove the farmers and just take a look at his overall profile for the last couple years. Let's just hit this. There we go. It's taking a hot minute to kind of go. Betting Taylor Pendrith top 20 because he's a top 20 freak. He's returned $480 in the top 20 market, betting to return 100 every single time you bet him. Looks like my service is doing weird stuff. At least the TGL's still going. I'll know that we got internet, but it's so freaking cold out here that things are taking a toll on the internet side of things. Okay. Yeah, love the TGL comments about him in DFS. I want to take advantage of his bad week. Who are we referring to here again? Is it? I can't remember who we were chatting about. But anyway, Taylor Pendrith, top 20, plus 140. I believe there's a plus 150 out there at BetMGM. So go and grab that. If we click on this top 20 box over here, take a look at this recent top 20 market for him. Very impressive stuff. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the last 6 that he's cashed for us. That's nice. It's real nice. So we got that going on over there. And it's been really profitable over the last little while. And we're getting odds that are relatively in the same market, potentially even a bit better than the fall swing. I understand we've got a few more impressive golfers in the field. But if you ask me, Taylor Pendrith is one of those guys. You can't tell me that Pendrith isn't like one of the premier players now on the PGA Tour. This guy's, he's been balling out. And he's really consistent too. If you take a look at, the top 5 market is not ideal for him. Lots of people betting this dude. Kind of lucked into the win that he had at the CJ Cup in a weird field. But look at this top 20 market here. It's really, really impressive from him. Gained the 22nd most total strokes weighted for the last little while. But if we take a look at his recent form and course history over here, look how consistent he is. He's nowhere between 52nd and 29th in round-by-round strokes gained. So some guys you see play well one day, badly the other. He's just consistent across the board for the most part. He's finished 16th and 9th at this golf course in the past. And we've got an 8th at the Shriners, a 13th at the TOC, and then he finished 45th. We had a freaking top 40 on him at Sony for 2 units at minus 160. Redemption. Let's go. Like, finished 45th at the freaking Sony when we had him for 2 units to finish in the top 40. So he needs to get it together for us because he owes us one there. Looks like Ricky Fowler's walking off the green again with like a dog with his tail between his legs because he's getting his ass kicked by Atlanta Drive. But I don't mind. Let's keep going here. back to the bets. We've got a few more, and then we're going to get the hell out of here, do a few deep dives on you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to Mayo Media. We're trying to get that channel to 50,000 subscribers, if you guys don't mind. And while you're at it, just sign up to my Patreon in the link in the description below, as well as Bet105 over there for you guys too. The man that everyone's betting, left him towards the end. Also, Zalatoris is one of the last things in the alphabet. The farewell fiver is coming up here shortly. But there's really... I'm going to pull up his stuff. You've heard it all already. You know how well Zalatoris plays at this golf course. The form is there. The course history is there. Appealing number at 25. I honestly feel like that should be... It should be more. Like more implied, probably a shorter number. Let's take a look. So the cool thing about this, you can see what these guys have been up to at this golf course odds-wise. Like, since Zal's played at Farmers Insurance, we can go, he has his top 20 numbers. Look at that, 3 top 20s. By the way, we're going to be betting him top 20 as well. At plus 115. He's got 3 of them at this golf course. And they've been at interesting numbers too. I mean, this is a solid number considering how often he's done this. But in his win market, he was 16-1 in 2023 when he was playing about as good as he is now. You know what I'm saying? Was he as good entering? You know, I don't know. But we're getting 2022 numbers at 25-1 for Will Zalatoris. So he first showed up, he had 50-1, and then last year he was 50-1. So there's some interesting things to take a note of here. Obviously, the top 20 market is exactly where we want to be rocking and rolling. He's finishing inside the top 20, basically 75% clip. Loves this golf course. It makes a lot of sense. The more difficult a venue, the better Will Zalatoris plays. It's just common sense if you are in the golf betting world. All of his metrics are all over the place because he's done everything in the last year. He's played ass. Now seems like he's put on muscle and playing a lot better. So you guys know the drill. Great course history is going to be everyone's one and done this week. That's why we're going with Jason Day. It's still a chalky pick, but if J-Day just beats Zal, we're going to be moving past a decent chunk of people. And I'm probably thinking 20% plus of people. Do you think? What do you think the one and done is going to be this week on Will Zalatoris? I think 20% of people are on the dude. So we'll see what happens there. Sign me up for that Zally, man. Yeah. So yeah, that's Will Zalatoris for you. I don't have to talk about him for too long. You guys know the drill. Top 20 at plus 115. It's been a very profitable bet for him at this golf course, not necessarily in the last 12 months, but we've seen the recent form. What would he have done in the last little while? We would have cashed the Amex. Tournament of Champions, he kind of drifted backwards a little bit, didn't he? But these are all birdie fests. Maybe the Zozo, whatever. Birdie fest at the Tournament of Champions and 12th at the Amex, where it's not his jam. Plays well on the hard courses, not the easies. So love Willie Z this week. Drafting obviously got him ranked higher than me. The course history is not graded as hard in my model as DraftKings is making it out to be. All righty. I believe this is it. This is everything. So now it's Farewell Fiver time. Let's go, baby. So Farewell Fiver are these 4 dudes. For those of you not familiar with the Farewell Fiver, we're going to parlay all of them together for a 46-1 ticket. Let's go. We've hit this thing twice in some capacity the first few weeks already this week, and we got 3 balls back again this week, which is exciting. So we've got these dudes. We've got Aaron Rye plus 130, Austin Eckroat plus 180, Henrik Norlander plus 170, and Rico Hoey plus 175 versus their compatriots in their 3-ball. If I go over to the round 1 strokes gained over here, we can filter on the round 1s to show you why these guys are in the Farewell Fiver this week. Cristobal Del Solar, my man. He's got one of the craziest round 1 strokes gained metrics ever. Like, I just want a complete tangent here. If we go to the player profile page, I bet I had this guy in 80% of my showdown lineups for round 1. He had the worst day ever. Like, I completely caught him at the wrong time. It's been really brutal, but we're on a test page over here. Let's get back to our actual page. Here he is. Yeah. Okay. Clear him out. And we go Cristobal, Del Solar. Look at this. And I'm not lying to you. This is 25 rounds of golf that we've got. And he's averaged 2.8 strokes per round. Like, obviously, it's gone down a touch because of his horrific performance last week. But he also went birdie, eagle. Got a streak with an eagle involved there, but after making like 1 million bogeys early on. So this guy is insane in round one. Literally bananas good in round one. So he's not a misprice of year. We've got 2 Corn Ferry Tour guys that have got really good round one metrics. But back to our paid programming situation. Aaron Rai, 11th in the field in round one, scoring. He is going up against, I should pull up the actual, do I have it somewhere? I think I had. Who are his partners that he's going up against? Let's take a look here. Okay. Here we go. All right. I'll put it over here. Here we go. So we've got Aaron Rai over Matthew Neesmith and Harris English. Neesmith is currently flying back from the Bahamas to play as an alternate. So that's fun for him. And Harris English has been very mediocre. Aaron Rai is playing some great golf lately, and he plays great golf in round one. Rico Hoey over Ben Griffin and Trey Mullinax. So we can take a look here. Where's Rico? 15th in the model for round one strokes gained. And then if we take a look for Ben Griffin and Trey Mullinax, we're going to have to go and go and go. You feel me? We are just, I don't even know where they are. But what the point is here is these like way the hell up. Yes, 15th. I could have just filtered on these names. But that's where we're going there. Rico Hoey over Trey Mullinax and Ben Griffin. Austin Eckroat over Kevin Yu and Michael Kim. This one's a bit of a scary proposition because Michael Kim's the hometown guy and Kevin Yu's capable of just about anything under the sun any given day. Shout out to Kevin Yu, my one and done last week. Finishes his third round to miss the cut. Bogey, double bogey, bogey. To miss by 1 on an easy-ass golf course. What the hell is that? So redemption time, he's going to suck it up for us this week, hopefully, so we can get some love from Austin Eckroat, who is up here in the rankings. 14th, he's one ahead of Rico Hoey. So there's a lot to like in that market. We don't see any Michael Kim. We don't see any Kevin Yu. He has Michael Kim 39th. So a nice small edge over there. Michael Kim typically loves himself around 4 if he makes it there. And then we have Henrik Norlander over Charlie Hoffman and Sammy Valimaki at plus 170. By the way, we're betting $5 on this parlay. That's why it's the farewell fiver. And then $5 a pop on each guy. I've gone from betting the 3-leg variations of this to just betting $5 on each dude because we'd hit 2 out of 4 and not get rewarded for it. And a 3-leg parlay cash wouldn't even get us across the line for the week. Even if you hit a 3-legger, you would still end up losing a bit of money depending on which variation of the 3-leg it was, because it doesn't pay enough to get us through all 4 rounds of $25 a pop. So I prefer to just kind of play the slow grind. You'd cash the $5 for each one of them if the 4-leg hits, and you'd cash the 4-legger as well at 46 to 1. So took a hot minute there to talk about the farewell fiver. That's okay. We're a survivor using the farewell fiver. We had some questions about you. What do you think about the Clanton fade? Usually when I click these things, it goes all over the place. All right, we're going to go back to the beginning here. Schenk Orlando. That sounds like menu items. Schenk Orlando. So, by the way, we have now reached the deep dive portion of the show. Feel free to submit anything you guys are in the mood to take a look at, and I will check them out for you guys in whatever market, in whatever capacity you could think of. Looks like Atlanta's still up 2-0. That's good to see. Justin Thomas just with an absolute laser onto the green. Beautiful. Not bad. Looks like the other team is not anywhere nearby. Alrighty, so we are sweating the Atlanta Drive bet there while we're on the show. Complete degeneracy, if you do say so myself. So what have these two guys been up to? Lanto, with a T7 year back in 2021, has made the cut all 4 of the last times he's played here. And Schenk got some really solid recent form here too. Played quite nicely at the Sony, missed the cut at the Amex. So, great question. I don't necessarily know which way. It looks like Lanto's graded ahead of Adam, but they neither are like, I've got them graded significantly worse than DraftKings pricing right now. They're both very, very iffy. They're both inconsistent. I'm going to answer your question with let's go and find some guys in their price range that we can potentially sway you towards that might be better options for you. So let's get this filtered over here. A to Z. No, we're going upside down. All right, so whatever. Why would I want upside down? Let's go Z to A. There we go. All right. Yep, Cameron Young just hit his bunker shot to like nowhere. Peter Malnati. Let's just chat about him right away. Look at the situation. So he's ranked ridiculously bad. But if you take a look at his course, look at his recent form here. It's a complete monstrosity of form. Miscut after miscut after miscut. Finished 53rd at the TOC. There's like 58 people playing. But if you go take a look at the course history here, we've got a 10th, a 25th, and a 20th sandwiched between 2 miscuts. Peter Malnati's $6,000 flat, so he's a great option down at the bottom here. I will tell you that I'm a big fan of Joseph Bramlett in place of Schenk and Lanto. Look at what Bramlett's got up to at this golf course. We're betting him to win this, to finish top 40, and he's providing you with some really good consistency compared to and upside at this golf course. It's a perfect situation here to go there. Now, what is Bramlett? What did I have him graded out at? Yeah. Is he? Yeah, he's in the same ballpark as DK. So a better option. Eric van Rooyen, apparently a better option in a big way. And we've got Chandler Phillips, way worse. We need to change the colors here. Matthew McCarty is not a bad option at $6,900. Got some serious upside for sure. Finishing inside the top 10 quite routinely, including on the PG and Corn Ferry Tour. So I don't know if that answered your question. Yeah, shade to Kitayama. We're taking a gamble on him to have Shane Lowry kick his ass. So, yeah. Moving along down the comments here. Let's take a look-see. Thinking about locking in Lowry. We've already spoken about that. I wouldn't do that. Would bet him instead. I don't know if I'm going to fade Clanton. I mean, what his ownership is, we don't know. But I think I like him. He's got insane upside. He's got power off the tee. He's a baller. You know, I think, oh boy. What is his price tag here? $8,500. So I've got his, he's finished inside the top 10, half of his starts. Does that continue? I don't know. But he's $8,500 and he can unlock the slate for you if he plays well again. So, and I've weighted that down quite. Okay, yeah. So I like Clanton. I'm not fading him at all. Taylor Moore knocking at the door. Taylor Moore, knock on the door. Let's take a look here. So he's right around DK pricing for me. Wouldn't really bet him in any capacity outside of maybe top 20 market. Does that quite 25% of the time. Best finisher is an 11th. Not necessarily played the greatest at this golf course outside of that. And he's got a 7th last week at the Amex and 11th at the Zozo. So he's nice. Don't mind him. $7,300. We'll see what's going on. can't say I'm thrilled about him in that department. Thought on Michael Kim and Chun Yu and Luke List. So this is Dr. DFS asking about the two guys we literally faded with one of the guys that we bet the farewell fiver on. Who was it? It was it Eckroat that we took them on with? I don't mind Kevin Yu overall. I'll start with him. Michael Kim as well. Not a bad overall prospect. Typically, they're a bit slower starters. Let's pull these guys in here. Michael Kim. Okay. And you want to check Kevin Yu. Okay. And you want Luke List. So Luke List is basically a version of Joseph Bramlett because he's not necessarily playing the greatest golf. And we'll start with him first. It's not looking very good over the last little while. 16th at the Zozo. Okay. But really, over the last little while, looks like Fitz just hit his ball in the water. Sorry for you, Fitzy. You suck. All right. Luke List, though, won this tournament in 2022, 10th the year before that, 25th in 2023, and 50th last year. So he's getting progressively worse, but he's also not playing the greatest golf right now. Again, interesting option, though, to go with him at $6,800. I think the course history is enough to do that if the ownership is good enough. Kevin Yu. Yes. Give me freaking Kevin Yu, man. This guy won the Sandersons. Then when some of these like low life names, not low life, but lower profile names win a tournament, sometimes they're just like, I've got 2 years of eligibility now. I can chill out. Not Kevin. He keeps his foot on the gas. 16th at the Zozo, 11th at the RSM, and then missed the cut in epic fashion at the Amex, remember? So I love him. Finished 6th here in 2024. So he got himself off to a good start of the year. And I think we could see that happen again. So give me some Kevin Yu, University in the world today. Then Michael Kim. What are we getting from him here? Hometown course has not finished better than 37th. Was right in the lead at some point last year, if I recall, and completely did not enjoy being in the spotlight. Complete meltdown. Complete and utter meltdown. Let's actually go look. This is what this tool can do for you. So it's one is done by this one is event by event. I need to make some better graphics so you guys know exactly what's going on. You can see here like profile by event. Let me put this away here. Profile by event. Then you can click one more to the left and we're going to get profile by round. So we can go take a look at Michael Kim. Michael. And it's filtered on round one because I was taking a look at Nicholas Norgard's stuff for round one. Then we can take a look at the year for 2024. We've got that in there. And then we can find the event, which was the Farmers. And click that button. And now we're going to see all of Michael Kim's stuff at this golf course. So this is fun. So I did this cool thing where I don't know if anyone else has this out there in the market. It's a really cool thing that I'm working on. And it's available to you guys in a very raw concept, but it's part of my Patreon. This is a website that you just go to and click on these buttons. You can use this for yourself. It's got a position after the round and the position entering the round. So when he was within 3 after round 1, he still did quite nicely. You know, he was 9th on the leaderboard, playing a different course than everyone else, so there was like hardly any pressure. Got himself to a 5th place finish after round 2. Then enters the round 3 in 5th and has an absolute clunker. Loses 3.5 strokes in round 3 and drops all the way to 38th and then finishes 37th over here. So to end off the week. So it's really cool to see. You know, you can really take a look at these guys. So like for round 4 showdown, I'm going to be looking at where these guys enter the field. You know, like going into round 4 in 2024, Michael Kim has been fallback pretty much every single time. But finished 12th at the Butterfield, finished 5th at the Shriners, 6th at the American Express, 11th at the RSM. So we're seeing some decent finishes from him. And it's particularly towards the end of the season, he started finding his groove a bit, but never quite anywhere close to being really in contention. Has he been within, is it within 3 a little bit more when it comes to round 3? Clicking buttons here. Yeah. So it gets within 3 a few more times going into it. So, that's what we kind of been looking at with Michael Kim in all of that stuff. So some fun things. Working on this stuff, going to tidy it up nicely, but I'm quite proud of what this thing can do. It's very, very cool. I want to make it into a tool that we can use for Showdown in particular. How does a guy play when he's within 3? How does he play when he's within the lead? How does he play when he's 4 back like Justin Thomas? Let's just show you I'm kind of nerding out over my own stuff right now, but this is hilarious to see. Like Justin Thomas, if we take a look at his metrics. Okay. So when he's leading, what does Justin Thomas get up to? It's not the best. If we take a look at the last little while, this is in chronological order. So he was leading the Genesis Scottish Open after round 2 and dropped all the way back to 24th when he was in the lead. And then we got to go back to the last time he was leading a golf tournament was the Farmers here in 2022 outside of the Genesis Scottish Open. So that's interesting to see. But also this is what I don't even know if that's correct. So, but it can provide you with this kind of information. I'm still working on it. It's got like a little clunky, but I figured I would show you guys that. Coach Sav, go and take the bar at the bottom and just scroll across. There should be a Shane Lowry pop up that will show you exactly when I spoke about him. I'm a big fan of him this week. All right, Hubbard and Gim. Mark Hubbard's been really interesting the last little while. He's playing some solid golf, I think. But he's also one of these dudes that just isn't serious when you come to like the final few rounds. Let's see if I hope it works, yeah, because this is like Mark Hubbard in the final round. It's just a bit of a disaster when he's anywhere close to the lead. Like when he's within 3, it's hardly ever really good. The PGA Championship in round 2, he had a really good round. And then I guess in round 3, he lost 3.5 strokes. So, you know what I'm saying? Not ideal. So you got Mark Hubbard's situation. He's just one of these dudes that when it comes to Mark Hubbard's like betting profile, he has one of these situations where he makes so many freaking cuts, but he also just does not finish with high-end finishes. Like we can go to his tournament by tournament situation here and pull up all of his stuff. So I need to update the most recent events for the 2025 season. In this particular thing, the betting stuff has got all the new stuff. Obviously, you've seen the Sony stuff in there in Amex. But take a look at Mark Hubbard's situation here. He is fascinating. Look at these finishes in the beginning of the year. He had one of the longest cut streaks. Where does it start here? It probably starts right over here. Yeah. And then he had his miscut at the Genesis. Okay. So starting at the RSM, we start one of the longest cut streaks on the PGA Tour. But he finishes T4 at Pebble. That was only a 3-round tournament. He would have completely gone backwards in that event. But not a single finish inside of the top 20 after the Pebble Beach situation until he misses his next cut. Isn't that crazy? You have one of the longest cut streaks on tour, and you don't have a top 20 finish during that time in a 4-round event. Top 4 in a 3-round Pebble would have plummeted down the leaderboard like he did at the Amex this weekend. Misses the cut and then starts getting a bit more jumpy up and towards the leaderboards, but it seems like all of these good finishes were from way back. So Mark Hubbard's not a terrible option to kind of go after if he's not in contention, but when he does get in contention, he completely shits the bed. So that's my take on Hubbard. What does the model say about Gim? Gim's been pretty solid, just consistent, doing his thing. Good par 5 scorer. Best recent finish was the Shriners. Just been floating around the situation. So Doug Gim is exactly another, like, this will tell you exactly what I think about Doug Gim. This does a great job of describing exactly his situation. It may not even actually reflect it properly. Okay, it does. He is a frequenter of the top 40. Like, he's barely made some money back in the top 20 market. I'll pull up my actual model here because it is, look at this. Top 5, 6%. Top 10, 8%. Top 20, 22%. Top 40, 53% of the time. So he is just not a fan of being at the top of the leaderboard at all. At all. So I would suggest you play Doug Gim for a top 40 bet or a top 20 bet, if anything. Probably just a top 40, if I'm being really honest with you. What is his top 40 market right now? Let's take a look at that. Top 40. Top 40. Search for Doug Gim. Alrighty, here we go. Minus 105. Plug this into the placement tool for Doug Gim. Okay. Minus 105 for a top 40. And we got a 15% edge. If we take a look at Doug Gim's top 20 markets, what does that do for us? Plus 280 for a top 20. 1% edge. Plus 650 for a top 40. Minus 13% edge. So you see what I'm saying here? Like, it goes completely backwards when you start getting closer to the top of the leaderboard for him. So you want to be taking like the safety first metrics for Doug Gim, because that's basically his jam. Nice little 15% edge there on Doug Gim at minus 105. Would bet that. We've bet a lot of bets already this week. Look at his safety ranking versus his upside. Lots to like. All right. Campbell. Brian Campbell. Like him in round 1. See where it goes from there. Coach Sav, I'm a fan. Spoke to you about Lowry already. Rosner. Hubbard, Zal, Hostler, and Hubs will make the cut. 1-2 will finish inside the top 10. I think Zal will be the one that finishes inside the top 10. The other two, Hostler and Hubbard, Darbo, are not serious contenders. They do not like the pressure of the lead at all. They do not. They do not. I'm going to be on Hoey and Vegas this week. Any thoughts on them? Okay. Oh, Thunder Dan, my brother. What's up? Like Hoey in round 1 in particular, Vegas. Let's take a look. Also, I need to go back to Rosner. So we're going to actually put you back on the back burner and take a look at Rosner first. Rosner, we can use the PGA, the Korn Ferry DP World Tour profile page over here. For old Rosner. We've got exactly what we're looking for over here for him. Let's get him out of here, get him in there. So Rosner. Ooh, loves himself some hard golf courses and easy golf courses. Interesting. He's had 27 rounds on hard golf courses. He is very mediocre off the tee, but I think his approach play is pretty darn solid. He gains about a stroke per round on approach. So that's good to see for him. He's a very good iron player. The distance at 304 is 47th out of everyone that I graded in DP and Korn Ferry. You know, not terrible. Not necessarily the greatest when he's got the lead, but everywhere else he plays some solid golf, particularly when he's way behind and in round 1. Anytime he's within the lead, he's not playing his best golf. Loves easy golf courses, loves hard golf courses as well. Kind of only played 15 rounds over there. So he tends to go along quite nicely as the event goes along. It's quite a graduated round by round scenario here, isn't it? So maybe Rosner is not the worst option to kind of bet live, play in showdown as the week goes along. Solid floor in round one. I mean, he's gaining strokes in every department. I think he's definitely worth a gamble, like on a live ad type situation. I love him for both the courses as well. Like Torrey North, easy. Torrey South, hard or hell. So whatever, I need to also put into the model which courses these guys are playing. It's been a week. But all right, Darbo, hit me with the beer bet. You said hit me with the beer bet, we'll take it off camera as well. But I know Will Zalatoris are going to play well. I know for a fact that if Bo Hassler or Mark Hubbard are inside the top 10 entering round 4, they will not finish inside the top 10. You can't tell me that 1 or 2 will finish inside the top 10 when Will Zalatoris is part of that. I will take either Hubbard or Hassler finishing inside the top 10. Case of beer. Let's go. I haven't had a case of beer in a hot minute. But I'll send you beer. You can send me some Pampers. How does that sound? We'll figure out the equivalent price tag there. Alrighty. So, moving along. So we had Rosner. Love him. I mean, look at this. Look at the situation. He's a great golfer in pretty much all capacities. He's a really solid iron player. Now, the issue here is the lack of accuracy and distance for him off the tee. At this venue, you need one or the other. Particularly, you need distance. He doesn't quite have the distance. He's 47th in the DP KFT world, and he's 91st in accuracy. So not a good driver of the golf ball. That is the concern. So considering he starts off slowly, it's not a bad thing to see how he handles this golf course. Kind of get in on him as the event unfolds. I wouldn't really touch him early. So that's my Rosner take for you. Thunder Dan, my brother. Howie in Vegas. Like Howie a lot. Vegas this week. Let's take a look at Vegas. I have no idea. What do we like about Vegas? Johnny V. Loves himself the driving ability at this golf course. He gains so many strokes on these long golf courses. Makes tons of sense. Got great comp course history. Not the best course history, unfortunately. Love him in the safety rankings. 23rd for that. His top 10, top 5 rate is simultaneous. Every time he finishes inside the top 10, he's also finishing inside the top 5. Finishes inside the top 20 about double the amount of time of top 10. And his top 40 rate is pretty darn good. About 1 in every 2 starts, he's finishing inside the top 40. What has he got up to at this golf course? Top 40s and miscuts. So you're not going to get much better than a top 20 from him. He is $7,400, so maybe that's okay to kind of go off of. He finished 4th at the TOC, cashed our each way at 175 to 1, by the way. That was quite nice. He's got some good course history, and he tends to play well at golf courses he's played well at. So considering he doesn't have much better than a 25th at Torrey, that's likely what you're going to be getting from him, or a miscut. So probably a top 40 bet is how I would go with him versus DFS. He just doesn't provide you with the upside you're looking for. The safety ranking better than the DraftKings price, but in the upside world, we've got him ranked outside his DraftKings price by a few spots. So if that answers your question, that's where we're going to be going. So that is Jonathan Vegas for you. It's just like a monster putt. It just hit a monster. JT just hit. Yeah. I see they're up 4-0 with 2 holes to go. So that's good. We cashed that bet, baby. Let's go. TGL. There's lots of money to be made in that market, I think. The people don't know what they're up to right now. Thoughts on the North course first, then South course, or vice versa? I think when it comes to the courses, you're looking to take advantage of guys playing on the North course, the easier course, if conditions get crazy. if they are calm, the north course and the south course play a little closer together, I believe. But when conditions are treacherous, that south course becomes a complete beast. So depending on the wind and how difficult things are, take a look at the weather. If the weather's crazy, absolutely hammer the guys playing the north course that day, bet-wise, etc., because they're going to be switching around. So the strokes gained on the north course in the more difficult conditions will be more than the strokes gained on the south course during that same time. If the weather's easy, you can play both sides of the equation there, in my opinion. On the Fantasy Golf Degenerate show, Kenny mentioned that you should let the guys playing, you bet the guys who are going off the north course in round one, you bet them. But if you know that your guy's going off the south course in round one, you don't bet them because the books might be sleeping. And just take a look and you filter on strokes gained. Like in my showdown model, you can filter on the strokes gained total and you'll see the differences in score. Even though someone gained 5 strokes, they might be 5 strokes behind the north course dudes, kind of thing. Math might not make sense there, but you get the gist. So just kind of staying in a presence of mind, knowing that the 2 different courses are different and potentially pouncing on some numbers that go rogue on the south course starters. So mumbo jumboed, a lot of words there. It is what it is. Friends, family fans, that's it for episode 123. Link in the description to Bet105. Go check them out, please. I beg. We're working on getting that place amazing. Available in all 50 states as well. So if you don't have sports books available to you, they're available to you. We've got the matchups, they've got the best markets, and we're going to have some placements with Tice Betting Full there soon. Also, check out my Patreon below. $25 a month. This model, the placement tool, the matchup tool, the research betting tool that I've been showing you, and that's only going to get better and better. Then you get the showdown models after round 1, after round 2, after round 3. Get my one and done tool, which you can use to track your one and dones, kind of map your one and done weeks out. You get the Discord, where I'm posting all my bets as I make them. Placement bets, I've been profitable in that market 3 of the last 4 years doing this. Outrights, it is what it is. The variability of that is like insane. We had a Nico Echeverria outright, minus 250 walking down the fairway, doesn't win that tournament. So I appreciate all you guys' support. Let's have a great week. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's have a great freaking week. Let's enjoy some Wednesday golf. Let's enjoy some Saturday sweats. And let's hit a winner, man. It's going to be Jason Day. It's going to be Will Zalatoris. It's going to be Aldrich Potgieter is going to do some damage for us. And then we're going to be looking at some other names like Steven Jaeger. And who the heck else do we have as winners this week? I think that's pretty much it. So, yeah. Oh, and Sahith Theegala. So we've got some high-end guys and then Aldrich all the way down there at 450 to 1. So we really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a fantastic week, just like I've mentioned like 7 million times already. Go Atlanta Drive. We love you cashing bets as we're doing a live show. Amazing stuff. We'll catch you guys next week for Pebble Beach. Fantasy Golf Degenerates on Monday. My show on Tuesday, 7 Eastern, every single time. Come chat in the Discord. We love you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.